Well, got a kiddie crossing here. Today, we're going to ride the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. We're starting in Jeffersonville, Vermont, and heading towards Morrisville, Vermont. It's got a good parking lot right off of Route 15 up here. Quite a bit of space that you can use for parking, and where I parked was just down below, so there's some overflow parking as well. This is a pretty popular trail for biking and walking. In the winter, it becomes a snowmobile trail. That's a part of the vast network in Vermont. Here's going to be the overflow parking down here. You can see Monique getting ready to start the ride. Dropping down onto the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail, heading towards Johnson.
Oh.
And you'll get to see some of the destruction that we have experienced in the past 2 years with pretty severe flooding multiple times during the year. We had July 11th, 2023, we had massive flooding. And then 1 year later, July 10th, 2024, we had massive flooding. And then there were several other rainstorms that came through and just kind of decimated several areas in northern Vermont. So the trail used to be a little more gravelly, but that got all washed out. I'm not sure if you can see the work they've done to get this trail to the shape it's in now. Pretty good. This is a fairly scenic view because it follows the Lamoille River. This is a little better representation of what the trail looks like normally. You can see the gravel. This trail, when it's fully open, you could actually pedal all the way to St. Johnsbury. Coming up to our first road crossing. This is not Route 15, but there's a covered bridge right here. That's kind of nice to see. And another place where you can start your ride just up the road from Jeffersonville. Here's the covered bridge.
Oh, it's out.
Last time we rode here, this was open, but looks like it has experienced flood damage, so they closed it down. Jeffersonville is a great place to start a ride as well. There's a couple of restaurants. There's a really nice bike shop, Bootlegger Bikes, distillery, and a gluten-free brewery that you can check out. Looking at the corn on the left here, looks like that may have been involved in some of the flooding. The lower part of it is kind of brown and nasty looking, even though the corn's pretty tall. But you can see kind of where the water had matted things down and probably laid some silt on it when it was up higher.
Dancing.
Here's a nice view of Lamoille. Got some people swimming in the river. It's a beautiful day today. Not too warm. And this trail is great for pretty much anybody. You don't need any real special bike. Although I think like a real road bike or a triathlon bike might not be that pleasant to be on, but our gravel bikes are just eating this up so easily. Good bike for this, and anybody could ride this trail. Good place for young kids if they're learning, going out with their parents, older people like us. Not that we're old yet, but we're getting there. We're aging. If you're bike packing, it'll go through a couple of decent towns with Johnson and then Morrisville, and then get out towards Hardwick, heading towards St. Johnsbury. You know, there's places that you could find to stay if you wanted to try something like that. And it's quite scenic. The view is opening up here. Got the corn on the left. Some of the foothills, mountains in front of us. We are in a valley because we've also got mountains on the right of us. They're probably just out of view. Such a scenic area. Hello.
I
Older couple enjoying the day. Pedaling along. Such pretty views here. I'm gonna stop. Just kind of turn my handlebars so you can see some of the mountains up here. Hopefully you can see that ridge. We head towards Johnson. Very nice place. Farmer out spreading manure. Some brown gold for those guys.
liquid gold.
Well, got a kiddie crossing here. Need to take some time. Cute girl. She's gonna go check out Monique. So coming up here at mile point 58. This is Johnson Rental on the left. They rent all kinds of equipment. They sell a ton of Milwaukee power tools. They've got some really nice clothing from, I think it's Columbia, Patagonia, Cool. Kind of an unexpected find out in the middle of Vermont as we get into Johnson here. This is just on the outskirts. A good store to visit if you're ever up this way. We're just about to Johnson. And probably going to call that halfway. Turn around and head back, which is kind of nice. With a trail like this, you can do it out and back. Wherever you decide halfway is, you double that, and that's how far you're going to go. You just need to pay attention to your mileage. So we're at almost 8 miles from where we started in Jeffersonville, getting to Johnson. So it'll be a 16-mile ride, very pleasant. So right here, a place called Lamoille Valley Bike Tours. I don't appear to be open today, but it's a place that you can get rentals if you're in the area and you don't have your own bike. Whoa! Chain. There's a sign for downtown Johnson. We stopped at Hangry Mike's, had some delicious food. Monique and I split a Cuban and a brownie, and they make homemade sodas. She had a strawberry homemade soda, and I had a maple, and it was very flavorful. Right here, the Long Trail and the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail come together for a short period of time. If you're a hiker, you might see hikers on here, or if you stopped at the Johnson store that sells all the outdoor stuff, that's a place to get some supplies if you've lost or broken anything, because they do sell a bunch of camping gear and hiking stuff as well, which makes sense being right on the Long Trail. Nice bridge over the Smith Brook. And just a little ways up here is where the Long Trail breaks off to the right and takes you back hiking up into the mountains. Right here. Yep, the Long Trail. Nice view. We changed surfaces again. This is more like what the rail trail is mostly like. It's a little bit quieter than the loose gravel. End of our ride. Coming back into it says Cambridge. I think that's just the way town lines work. Because Jeffersonville is just up here where we started. Very cute little area with the wooden train and a covered bridge that unfortunately has been damaged. On the left up here is the Deer Run Motor Inn and a bar called Robbie's Wildlife Refuge, which I've never been to. After driving by it for probably 30 years, I think they do a pretty decent business in the winter with the ski traffic for Smuggler's Notch. So that's right in this town, not too far from where we're at now. Here's where we started. We're gonna pedal past this and go into town and try to see if the little brewery that we drove by is open and have a reward beer to end our ride. A little bit of time on Route 15, that won't be too bad, because it is a fairly short distance to get into Jeffersonville. Go on to, through this circle, all the way around. Make the left back onto 108, which is the road up to Smuggler's Notch on the left. If you go right, if we had gone right at 108, that would take us up another intersection and then the back way to J Peak. There's the red leaf. Looks like it's open. We're going to give that a try. See how their gluten-free beer is.